Hey up. Okay, so back on the weights. Had a day off yesterday. Just ended up doing, I think, a 30-minute bike ride. Uh, all very easy, zone two stuff. Um, and then in the afternoon, I went to the supermarket on the bike. Uh, it's only about a mile away, but you come back a mile uphill carrying a backpack full of shopping. So that's quite tough. So all in all, there was an easy bike ride and a short hard bike ride. And the hard bike ride was made all the more difficult because my gears decided not to work properly, so I couldn't get into the lowest gear going up the hill with the loaded backpack. But all good fun. But yeah, it was an off day, easy circulate a bit of blood, hopefully lower the overall soreness. And I've still got sore legs from the last session I did on the squats and deadlifts. Unbelievable. Um, Definitely subsiding though. So today it's back to the dips, and seeing it's a new month, February, you know, um, it may seem that I'm constantly flip flopping and making up a new story about how I'm going to do these exercises or change the exercise or whatever. But the idea is that every month there's going to be some sort of substantial change. I'm not going to change everything. I think that you need an element of continuity, but there's going to be a substantial change every month. Now then, you know, a lot of people will, quote a lot of scientific studies and the like, and they'll back up their argument however they do. But I think that one thing which is completely subjective, I think, one thing that is correct if you think it is correct, the psychological aspect of all this. How do you feel? Oh, my dog going crazy. Whoa, whoa. Yeah. Okay, how do you feel? And personally, I think this probably sounds familiar to you. This probably resonates with a lot of people who watch these videos. Yeah, you come across some well presented, well crafted argument for why this approach is so great and why you need to do this protocol rather than the other protocol. And sometimes they are very very simple. Sometimes they're very very complex. Sometimes they involve, I don't know, months of periodized programming. Sometimes it's just basically you could write it on a postcard with a marker pen. And yeah, we get fired up and we think, oh, this is it. I'm gonna have to do this program. It's fantastic. It's great. Yeah. But you do it a few times. You get into it a few times, and the same old problem occurs. You get fed up. You get bored. You've seen it. You've done it a few times. You're stuck in the trenches. You're at your limits. You're trying to get another rep or put another kilo on, and the whole thing becomes stale. And I think that at the end of the day, we're not robots. And I think a lot of these programs assume that we are robots and that there is no emotional, the human being is tremendously mentally complex. We're not lions and tigers. We're not ruled by purely by instinct. We are unique in our mental capacity, our brain capacity. Even people who don't exercise it too much or shy away from exercising it, they have tremendous capacity. Yeah. So this is not some sort of a bragging. This is simply saying this is what we've all got, more or less. Very very few exceptions. There might be some medical conditions or whatever, but we've all got this tremendous mental capacity. And I think that simply repeating, activities, simply repeating patterns of behaviour, we rebel against it. It's almost like, why, the reality is, why don't we like going to work? Well, we're not in charge. People can say, oh, let's make it, let's elaborate a little bit. A lot of people will say, I like my job, I like going to work, I like doing what I do. Yeah, okay, if we take away the money, would you still go? And I think that will thin, that group will thin out considerably. Some people would still go. Yeah, and I think that in many cases, going to work is better than doing nothing whatsoever. It is more enjoyable to go to work, even under the conditions that we live under, than to do nothing whatsoever. But let's get real here. There are lots of aspects of going to work that we don't like. We're not in charge. Yeah. Basically, we go there and we are told what to do, when to do it, how much of it to do, how long to do it for, etc., 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 etc. And it just removes all the charm. Yeah. And I think the same can apply to this game of lifting, training, fitness, all the activities involved. It's great to look at these templates, these programs. It's great to analyze what that they're thinking, how why they're programming that way, the reasoning behind it. But should you be dictated to all the time? Should you not simply take in the ideas and create your own masterpiece? Yeah, I mean, arguably, you get a better result by following, people who've gone before. You get a better result by taking notice of big names. But how much fun is it? How much enjoyment is it? And at the end of the day, not many of us are doing this to get some sort of there's no sporting glory at the end of it. There's no financial payoff. It is simply for its own sake. It is simply for us. Now, obviously, a few of us will compete, and I did quite a few powerlifting competitions, and there's a lot of enjoyment in getting good totals and the like. The numbers are important at that stage, in that process. But do it for a certain period of time, and it just becomes same old, same old. You've seen it all before. You've done it before. Yeah. What is the point of protracting the process? Why not move on to something new? Yeah, well, that's, some people will argue, well, that's just, you're just flip flopping, you're fucking around basically. Okay, fair enough. I'm fucking around. It's a game. I'm playing. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want some enjoyment out of this. Anyway, what's the point? What's the point of all this? What I'm saying to you is that my compromise is to remain relatively consistent, but every month to introduce a significant element of variety. And this month, February, which is the month of my birthday, on the 5th of February, I'm going to be 58 on the 5th of February. Okay. So hence the name of the channel, Fitness Fit at 60 Plus, because I'm quickly looking down the barrel of being 60, and I want to keep my fitness. Yeah, it makes you think when you get 50 plus, 55 plus. It makes you think. Anyway, it's February, and the significant variation is going to be simply that I'm going to do the dips as regarding this precise workout. Yeah, I'm going to do the dips heavy with more rest. I'm moving away from the purely fat burning focus, and I want to get a bit of build involved. I want to get a bit more, regain some muscle. Let's say regain some muscle. I want. I don't want to experience the heavier end of things for a while. But I'm only going to do it on dips. The rest of the workout is going to be the 10 sets EMOM. So yeah, there's significant variation and there's consistency, and that's how I live with it. That's how I live with myself. Yeah. Oh yeah, and on the diet. Well, let's get on with it first, and we'll do a set. Do a set. So I've got a protocol which is, there's nothing special about the protocol. It's fairly random, really. It's just, you can see, I don't know if you can see it, it's going to be 5 sets, 3 minutes. So previously I did 10 sets EMOM. Yeah? January was 10 sets EMOM. Yeah, a lot of January was focused on fat burning after Christmas, fat burning after the indulgence. Okay, this time around it's going to be for February alone, I'll reassess in March. Maybe it's going to be another round of fat burning. Yeah, I can see it coming, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So for February alone, it's going to be slightly heavier. Okay, so when I say it's going to be 20 kilos, I don't know what you can see. That's a 5 and that's a 15. Hopefully you can see that. Yeah, that's going to go on for the weight. Quite a hefty weight. I'm going to do a single rep, just to hopefully. I've done a bit of warm up before I started talking all this. But I'm going to do a single rep just to acclimatise or whatever, and then we'll get on with it. Yeah, stretched it out nicely. Okay, that was just a one rep, just to feel a bit better, get used to the move. Then we're going to get this around my waist. Okay, so it's 20 kilos added. Get a few reps, it won't be 10. It won't be none. So, starting up. So one set, we're going to do 5 sets of dips. One set on the 3 minute mark. And we're going to start now. Okay, those are 6. Not bad. Good start. Start with 6. Mark it all down. Yeah, so I was on the point of talking about the diet aspect. Again, it's all psychological. You can say, this diet is perfect. For scientific reasons, this diet will do this diet will do that, this diet will do the other. But how does it all feel? You've got to live with this, and this is a long-term thing. Dieting is not like training. Training, you just do it, and you can forget about it until the next session, let's say. But dieting is all the time. You know, either you're eating or you're hungry or you're full or you're feeling X, Y, or Z. Okay. What I'm going to do as regards to diet is some. It's a permutation of what I read years ago called the apex predator diet. Now I'm not doing the apex predator diet as set out. Okay, as set out, it's basically you go keto all week and you have a 1 day carb up. Okay, which is not far away from what I'm doing already. What I'm doing now is 3 days of meat, carnivore, keto, and a single meal carb up, not a moderate meal carb up. So that's three on, one off. This is going to be 6 days on, but the 1 day of the carb up is substantial. So you get a good refeed. Okay, which I've experienced protocols like this in the past when I was preparing for powerlifting competition, losing weight, and yeah, I think they work. Okay, in the original Apex Predator, you rely on protein shakes. Okay, and I think the author was talking about between 5 and 7 shakes at 50 grams a piece. Now, what you're looking at there is sort of like 300 grams plus of protein shake. Let's get this one out of the way. Oh, 6 again, that's really good. Didn't drop a rep. Now, I don't know about you, but yeah, I'm a family man, and spending a whole heap of money to consume 300 plus grams of protein a day is, it's not really what I want to do. And I'm also thinking, how healthy is that? Those protein powders, I think, widely known as fart powders. Okay, I think you'll understand that without explaining it. But I'm thinking my variant will be, so rather than all day protein powders and a meat meal at the end, which is the original. Okay, I'm gonna go breakfast 4 eggs, all day fish, which is substantially protein. Okay, I can easily go through, well, without any great expense, I can go through 2 hefty tins of sardines, and those will give me 170 grams of protein. So 170 grams of protein plus the eggs for breakfast, that's about 200 grams of protein. Yeah. And then at night, we'll go for the cooked meat as per the original. Okay, so the whole thing is going to be probably slightly less protein than the original. I'm not totally convinced that you need so much protein. I still think, I suspect that it's probably still going to be too much, but you've got to get the calories in. So it's going to be eggs, fish, meat. That's all day. So it's not too much of a departure from what I'm already doing. And then on the Friday, basically you eat quite moderately all day, and then you have a 3 hour period where you can eat whatever you want, and you are encouraged to go for it. Okay. So that's going to be the protocol for February. Bye. Not bad. Good enough. Okay, so 6 days carnivore, 1 day free eating. Is it perfect? Of course it's not perfect. You know, when you talk about free eating, you can, you know, I'm sure you can do a lot of damage, you know, pizza and ice cream and chocolate and all the rest of it. So it's up to the individual to assess what they want, what they can live with, what they deserve, maybe. And obviously, you're going to have to be making adjustments on the fly. So let's say you do a full week and you're actually gaining fat, you're gaining body weight, you're gaining fat. You know, maybe you'll have to tone down the free eating day. Let's say you're losing a lot of weight. Maybe you will have to increment your calories through the week, and maybe you can, you know, go for the free day with a little bit more abandonment. Yeah, just as I say, it's the same old, the same old motto: be like water, react to reality as it unfolds. Yeah, don't be an absolutist. Yeah, just because you got a plan or whatever. Everybody knows the old saying, no plan survives contact with the enemy, or whatever Mike Tyson used to say. Everybody's got a plan until they get smacked in the face. Yeah, you have to react to the unfolding reality. Be like water. Okay, so basically that's it for February. Yeah. Um, so the opening shots on on a push day like this one, yeah, the dips is going to be 5 sets on a 3-minute timer, and then 10 sets EMOM as before. See what happens, and then we'll reassess in March. Maybe in March, if I'm not gaining muscle, if I'm not gaining fat, then it will be more. Do more of the sets heavy style. We'll dispense with the 10 sets EMOM. But if I'm gaining a lot of fat, maybe I'll do again. We'll return to all sets 10 sets EMOM. We'll have to see in March. Okay. So set 4. Can we get 5? Yes, we can. Good. So that's 6, 5. Good stuff. I would also say that one of the big advantages to fairly frequent changing of variables is that you're getting more of the unaccustomed exercise element. And according to certain scientific studies, at least, unaccustomed exercise takes your body off guard. Unaccustomed exercise is a factor in myofibrillar hypertrophy. So if you do movements that you're not used to, then according to these sources, you are more likely to get a response. Now, what does movement that you're not used to mean? Well, obviously you could do a completely new exercise, and that's probably what it really means. Okay, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if going from 10 sets EMOM with a lightweight to 5 sets every 3 minutes with a heavyweight constitutes enough variety to call this unaccustomed exercise. It's not really unaccustomed exercise, but it is to a degree. So at what point is it unaccustomed? Well, who can say? Who can say? Yeah. If I go from 5 singles on the squat to 10 sets of 10 on the squat, maybe squatting a slightly different style. is that unaccustomed exercise? I think it is. I think you'll find that almost universally, the next day if you implement that change, the next day you're going to get significant soreness. And I think the soreness, if anything, I don't think it's an absolute necessity for muscle growth, but I think it's a good sign. Okay, last set. Don't know if we've got 5 in the pipeline. 5 would be nice. 5 would be good. Five it is. 5 and a hole, let's say. Okay, that's it for today. Hopefully it makes some sort of sense. I can understand myself. Can you understand me? That's a different question. Okay, comrades.